of that area because of the earning power of the black people in that area, as well as the educational power. Many of them are college grads and da 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 da. And so living there though, and so I moved into this community, this predominantly black area, and often thought about the power issues. And again, often saw some of the contradictions and just kind of did a critique of some things we were and were not doing. Some things that I saw I was quite disturbed by.
For instance?
For instance, the sense of, or will I say the lack of the sense of self-initiative on our part. You know, you got all of this earning power in this area and all of this potential. And one of the common complaints that you would hear among the blacks in the area is that stores like Saks Fifth Avenue won't come and locate here, you know? The high-end stores that go over to the affluent areas like Bethesda, which is the equivalent of our Buckhead, won't come and locate in this area. And I looked at it and then I said, well, then that means there's a business opportunity here. You know, we've got the money and we've got the power. Why don't we create our own Saks Fifth Avenue as opposed to waiting for white folks to bring their businesses to us? And so I thought that there was something in that thinking that was not quite there. Politically, there was, you know, the power was there, and they exerted it to some degree, but not nearly to the degree that it should have been exerted, I think. And so I think, and then there were the leadership issues. I think if you've got an area where there's a high concentration of educated blacks, you're essentially talking about the talented 10th, then that means much of your leadership should be coming out of that area, and good things should be happening in that area.
But why, Nathan, I'm sorry I called you
That's
Nathan.
fine, that's cool.
Why a concentration? Why not go back into the other neighborhood? Why is the black flight, though?
Why the black flight?
You've got to come to the, you've got to go into the, just this little neighborhood here.
Okay.
Why?
Well, I mean, I think that's sort of the ripple effect of integration and then beyond. We're sort of in a second stage. The first stage was we had segregation, where blacks all had to stay in the same area, be you poor, rich, whatever. And there are many people now who are saying, we didn't know how good we had it then. In many respects, in terms of having our own businesses, in terms of supporting each other, having community networks, all of that. Segregation made us want to be integrated so badly that as soon as we got that opportunity, we made a dash for it, you know? And so many of us moved into white areas first. Well, what has happened in recent years is that many blacks have begun saying, well, that's not all it's cracked up to be. I think I do want to live around blacks, but I want to live in, quote, nice areas. And so now you're getting these concentrated areas that are clearly middle class, but also predominantly black.
But still facing some of the same issues.
Still facing many of the same issues.
Okay.
Growing pains.
Yeah. Thanks. Coming back, open window in just a moment.
Hi, this is Vicki White here at Open Window. Thank you so much for watching our show every week. And this is a special invitation to you, our viewing audience. If you have a particular program or event that's coming up and you want us to video it or be there for that event, call us and let us know.
folks are letting it happen.
Hi, welcome back to Open Window. Nathan McCall has been our special guest today, and I tell you, I have enjoyed every moment of it. There's so many things that you have in this book that I want to talk about. I wish we could do a part 2, but we got to end the segment here. Your new book is coming out. Don't know the name of it, but it's going to be talking about how we're kind of losing those houses in these areas, and they're coming back and taking them over in the cities, the big cities, you know? And you'll be talking about that in your new book.
Yeah, the new book is it's a novel. So it's told in the form of a story, but it's about gentrification and just what it looks like from the vantage point of the black people who live in certain neighborhoods, be they historic or not. And then you have white people who move in, and they call them economic forces come into play, and eventually the poor black people get pushed out.
And we see that.
Oh, we
right
see it.
here
We're
in
seeing
the
it all
metropolitan
over. We're seeing it
area.
here in Atlanta and every major city in this country. And, it's happening and right before our eyes. And so I think in the next decade, at least, Atlanta will be predominantly white. Washington, D.C. will eventually be predominantly white. And you may say, well, what's wrong with that? Well, what it's about is that in order for those cities to become predominantly white, somebody's going to have to get pushed out.
And that's going to be coming up in your next book. Oh,
Right.
God. Okay. I thank you again for coming on Open Window. It's always a pleasure. What's going on? Got to get the book because you got to find out what's really going on out there. And again, I want to thank you for watching Open Window. Continue to watch Open Window, a passageway to your mind.
Open window, a challenge for your mind. Passage to the light. Open window, a challenge for your mind.